As chairman of the museum, I get several books a week. Every story is unique, every story is phenomenal, but there is no story to match David Mitzner's.
Throughout his path of survival, only hope was the weapon that he used.
Survival was the start of David Mitzner's story. It's the condition that he needed to meet in order to be David. I think the ongoing story was a story of impacting on life. The ongoing story was building a family. The ongoing story is building a fortune with a purpose to fulfill his place.
Tom Brokaw described the soldiers and sailors who liberated Europe and defeated Japan as the greatest generation. I think there was really a second greatest generation. Those people, like my dad, whose life was totally upended by the Second World War, were left with nothing but the clothes on their back, and rose up by their sheer will, guts, determination, hard work, and made a life for themselves. I think they're also the greatest generation.
David was the first of Yankel and Feig Mitzner's 4 children. The family business was the growing Warsaw hosiery factory, which largely produced women's sweaters.
One officer from the Russian army made a speech. He said, "Here, you're going to live. And here, you're going to die."
You have to get the right spot, the right location, the right time, and with the right builders and the right developers. Everything has to be right. If you miss it, you're in trouble.
David Mitzner is a phenomenon.
He was a dynamo. Energetic.
A fighter. A fantastic gentleman.
Indomitable. Undestroyable. Biznesmen o gorącym sercu.
I'm constantly amazed by the amount of energy, the amount of drive, and the amount of looking to the future that David constantly displays.
My first impression, I have to be absolutely, let's say, blunt, said, this man looks pretty experienced, so you have to be pretty careful. This kind of handshake attitude. You don't need to put everything on a piece of paper. No, you look in his eyes and you know exactly, yes, it will work.
Imagine you're going through this, you're David Mitzner, and you just bought the tallest building in Central Europe, and that building sits 2/3 of a mile away from where you grow up. And juxtapose my father as a little boy in the 30s in Poland, and think about the whole historical interplay. And you say to yourself how truth is really stranger than fiction.